Fox 2 is working for you all year long. Now we want to help you make a holiday connection, because one person has the power to make a difference, the power to inspire countless others.
I feel good that I can maybe inspire other people, and I hope that I do.
Those who reach out say they get as much as they give.
It feels really great. I love Detroit as a city, and anything I can do to help feels amazing.
Because the true gift is in giving.
You will not believe how much it feeds your soul. It's going to change your life.
So now we invite you to make a difference, to make a holiday connection.
Welcome back to the Detroit Public Library, celebrating 150 years and the perfect setting for our annual Holiday Connection Show.
As we enter our second half hour, we want you to meet a Holly woman who is truly inspiring. Life hasn't always been easy for her, but as Terry Nasher shows us, she refuses to let challenges hold her back from accomplishing her dreams.
There are some times where I think, why me? But I don't let it stop me now.
Born 11 weeks early, Erin suffered a stroke at only 3 days old. It led to hydrocephalus, known as water on the brain. A shunt helps keep the fluid drained, but the 29-year-old was left with paralysis on the right side of her body. She is cognitively impaired and is partially blind in both eyes. But with Erin's attitude, energy, and enthusiasm, you would never know it.
When I brought Erin home, they told me she might not talk, she might not walk, she might not be able to feed herself. It's just all these she might not. And really, she's pretty much proved a lot of it wrong.
Don't let it hold you back. Find a way that you can do something. Never let it hold you back.
Just look at all of her medals. If Erin isn't bowling, she's volunteering to help the hungry. She also participates in the Special Olympics, calls bingo for folks with disabilities, takes music lessons. She loves to fish and take care of her dog, Bach. And with the help of Community Living Services, an organization which provides support and services for more than 4,500 people with disabilities in Oakland and Wayne County, Erin has started her own tote-making business.
Step. Good job.
When her support circle had the idea and Erin wanted to start a tote business, we knew she'd be great at it. And we're just thrilled to be able to authorize the supports and help her connect with people that can make it successful.
Yeah, they gave me a call, and since I enjoy doing crafts and sewing and everything, it was a perfect fit.
Connie Fiss works for Erin, a longtime friend who Erin was able to hire through the help of CLS. Connie helps her make and promote her unique totes.
Go.
And here's an example of one of the tote bags. Erin came up with this saying herself, "I don't have a disability, I just do things different." And inside they even have their own label with the name of the business, Whatever Floats Your Tote. Erin and her mom came up with the name of their business, and it has a special meaning.
No matter what type of bag I'm doing, no matter what I'm doing in my life, nothing gets in my way.
To create is I think it's a natural human drive, you know, that you feel a sense of accomplishment and worth from what you do. And they're no different than we are.
Just like how Erin picks her fabric and designs her totes, she is in charge of her own destiny. Erin is succeeding as a productive adult, earning income and building self-esteem. With the help of Community Living Services, she even hopes to move out on her own one day, but not too far from her parents, who couldn't be prouder of the woman Erin has become.
Erin likes to make people happy, so when she can deliver a tote bag, she is very happy. And that's what I want her to be. I want her to be happy meaningfully.
Without the wonderful support of these wonderful people, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing.
That was Terry Nasher reporting. Sadly, there are many Metro Detroiters living on the streets, down on their luck, struggling to get back on their feet. But as Fox News' Amy Andrews shows us, there is a place to turn that offers hope. It is a lofty goal to end homelessness altogether, but that's exactly what one local shelter is trying to do, with an emphasis on homeless prevention, sustainable housing solutions, and career development. The South Oakland Shelter is well on its way.
I never dreamt I'd find myself in this position, of being homeless. Nobody ever does. My cushy life, taking everything for granted, and it happened.
It's something you often hear when talking to those without a home. Things are going well, and then all of a sudden, the bottom drops out.
I lost my job, and there was just not enough money to live.
That nightmare became a reality for Greg Allen, and what he thought was going to be 2 weeks on the streets became years.
You get broken. I mean, it really starts to break you. You're ready to just give up. And then when I got here, that was the first amount of hope I had had in probably 2.5 years.
Here is the South Oakland Shelter, or SOS.
The need is immense. We estimate there's between 3,000 and 4,000 people that are homeless in Oakland County, of varying degrees of need.
Ryan Hertz is the president and CEO of the year-round rotating emergency shelter with the mission of ending homelessness. Each week, a different Metro Detroit church or synagogue hosts the SOS guests. They provide overnight accommodations, 3 daily meals, transportation, and fellowship.
Of all the places that I've been, of all the shelters that I was in, this is the one that actually gets you housing and gets you on your feet, literally, so that you can, really start your life again.
Over the last 5 years, the SOS has evolved into a housing organization that provides short-term rental assistance, permanent supportive housing, and other services to people so they can get back on their feet. Former Rochester police officer Mark Van Poplin is one of the SOS's many volunteers.
It's so important for people to have self-worth, and many times when you are in this situation, you lose that sense of self-worth. You don't have a place to live, you don't have a job, you might be separated from family. So if there's any little thing that I can do or any little thing that I can help with, I just feel blessed.
Since its founding, SOS's emergency shelter has cared for close to 11,000 adults and 1,400 children. And their commitment to families doesn't end after they find a place to live. SOS offers in-home case management services for a year to assist clients in maintaining their housing and meeting other goals. Goals Greg Allen says he may not have been able to meet without them.
I would still be homeless, I have no doubt. South Oakland Shelter has been a real beacon, a real blessing to me.
And you can support the work of the South Oakland Shelter through volunteering or donating items. Anything you can do can make a lasting difference in the lives of families in need. For Holiday Connection, I'm Amy Andrews.
Fox 2 is proud to team up with 100.3 WNIC for the Holiday Connection project. And Jay, I know you and your radio station are spreading a little cheer of your own.
That's right, Sherry. It's called Jase Juniors. For the second year in a row, we're taking families to Walt Disney World. All of these families face challenges, so this trip is super special. We want to take you inside our welcome party where we meet the families and we talk about the trip. Year after year, between radio and television, I would often receive letters and phone calls asking for help around the holidays. So in 2014, we created Jase Juniors on WNIC. It was a personal way for me to take families with chronic or terminally ill children on an all-expenses-paid trip to Walt Disney World. Time away from doctors and hospitals is what some of these families really need.
3, 2, 1.
We throw a big welcome party so all of our families can get to know each other better before we head out on our big trip. And boy, are the kids excited.
They are super excited. When we told Ripley the other night that we were going, and she was like, "We're going to Disney? What does that mean?" And I said, "Well, where did Anna and Elsa live?" And she's like, "At the mall." And I'm like, "No, they live in Disney."
Who do you want to meet when we get to Disney World?
Elsa.
Elsa, do you like the movie Frozen?
Yes.
Who else do you know from Frozen?
Anna.
What are you looking forward to doing in Disney?
Some of the roller coasters.
Yes.
He's come a long way with his cerebral palsy to where he's at now, and he just wants to make others' lives better.
Richard, do you concur?
Absolutely. I'm just excited just to be here.
Watch the camera.
You think maybe we can go on the Tower of Terror?
No.
No, why not?
I don't know why.
Yeah, you don't want to go on that. 15 families are heading to Disney World this year for Jase Juniors. Boy, what a great night we had. You know, this show is all about making a connection just like that, connecting those who want to help with those who need help. That same idea is behind one of Detroit's best-known nonprofit groups, Summer in the City, which connects eager volunteers with rewarding opportunities. Fox 2's Derek Kever has more.
You've heard of Christmas in July. Well, we're going to flip that around, and we're going to bring a little July to this season. When it comes to giving back, few organizations do it better than Summer in the City. A group of hundreds of young people spending their summer break doing good.
Hot town, summer in the city, back of my neck getting dirt and gritty.
You could call it the hottest volunteer activity of the summer, painting a mural in Detroit as part of Summer in the City, a nonprofit group that brings young volunteers together to invest their energy in Detroit.
We kind of broke the mold and we said, let's it's the summer, it's the city. Let's make it happen.
It all started in 2002. Ben Falick and two of his college-age friends, Michael Goldberg and Neil Greenberg, created the service program for high school and college kids.
I don't think we could have dreamed that at this point, 14 years later, that it would be this massive operation that people throughout the city and throughout the Metro Detroit area came to and took part in to make it amazing.
Their mission today is the same as it was when they started, to provide a fun, flexible, and fulfilling experience for young volunteers in which they paint, plant, and play. The difference is in the numbers. Their first summer, an average of 15 volunteers a day. Now, about 150.
Through the course of 14 years, we've had over 10,000 volunteers volunteer with us.
Every year, 8 weeks of volunteering wraps up with a big celebration. And of course, the annual finale Friday photo.
If you're in the front seat, if you're in the back, please kneel down. We'll see you up here.
The pictures through the years tell the story of growth. And as the numbers continue to grow, they add up to a lot of good for the city and those who serve.
Being out here is amazing. You know, there's really no experience like Summer in the City.
It feels really great. I love Detroit as a city, and anything I can do to help feels amazing.
I wanted to try something new. I've never done anything like this before, and it was just a really amazing experience.
The founders who set out to repair the world, one Detroit neighborhood at a time, have clearly empowered a new generation.
I think Summer in the City has touched a lot of lives, including the people who volunteer.
And as another summer of service comes to a close, one volunteer who has been with the program for 6 years reminds us that the life lessons learned in the summer don't fade as the weather grows cold.
It shows us, you know, what it is really about, that it's the simple pleasures, it's being together, it's playing a game together, it's showing that we care about each other, really.
And every season should be a season for caring. You can learn more about Summer in the City by checking out their website, summerinthecity.com. I'm Derek Kevra, Fox 2 News.
All right, so let's head out to a different part of the library now and see what Sherry's up to.
We are so thrilled to be here at the Detroit Public Library's main branch. It is such a gorgeous building celebrating its 150th birthday, his incredible history in the city of Detroit. And we are joined now by the executive director, Joanne Mondowney. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
This is the 4th largest library in the country, and it is magnificent. Tell us a little bit about the history.
Lots of history. Building was built in 1921. This particular building, one side, the other side, 1965, by his father and son architects. And we have about 7.2 million volumes throughout the library system.
My goodness. Let's talk about some of the maybe famous people who've passed through the years.
Well, we've had Henry Ford, we've had Thomas Edison, Ben Carson, and lots of writers and famous people who have gone on to do big and wonderful things and credit the library.
That's really exciting. And now let's talk about some of the other people that maybe we haven't heard of. Who uses the library and its services? Why is it so important?
We run the gamut. We have people of all ages. We cater to children, young adults, and adults. We have programs, and you can download information online. We have tutor.com, which helps you with your homework. You can stream live music on our Hoopla and our ebooks. So we have traditional and non-traditional, and we have something for everyone. And we also service the community's living room.
Oh, wonderful. Very quickly, how can people help?
People can help by, for one thing, for children, you can ask them, what are you reading? Have you been to the library? And you can also let them know that the library will be celebrating in a fine fashion on March 19, 2016 for our gala event to help raise money to help early literacy.
Wonderful. Very exciting. Thank you so much for talking with us.
So welcome.
And the library is in our giving guide this year. You can pick up your copy at any Gardner White. We'll be right back.